Leeds United are heading back to the Premier League, but the celebrations might not last long. You see, that's just how the Premier League works. The clubs with deep pockets, Man City, Chelsea, they thrive. Meanwhile, clubs like Leeds, full of heart and history but lacking financial firepower, they just struggle to survive. But today, I want to change that, and so I'm taking over Leeds United for the next 10 seasons. And our mission is simple: restoring them to the top of English football, just like they were back in the 70s. Now, it won't be easy. We're not going to have unlimited funds. And to make things more realistic, we'll be forced to accept the first 2 offers that come in from any Premier League club every single season. Now, that's going to make this takeover a proper grind, but I'm ready for this challenge. We're here to build the Leeds United dynasty. But alright, boys, season 1, humble beginnings. This is our team. Just not good enough, boys. We will get destroyed in the Premier League if this is how we go with. But I do see a lot of talent in here. Players like Pirot, who were brilliant for Leeds in the Championship. Ethan Ampadu is a player I really want to try and grow heavily. But probably my favorite player in the team so far, Wilfred Gnonto, 21-year-old right midfielder. Bro, this kid could be special. But you know what? I don't want to get too attached to any of these players, because you know the rules. 2 players from our squad are about to get sold. It's the brutal reality of being like a newly promoted club. To be honest, you look at our budget, just 28 million after getting promoted. Actually, we might need the money from player sales to even just improve our team. I'm actually interested to see which Premier League clubs will be interested in our players, because we don't particularly have any high-rated players. But oh no, there's the first offer, and it's not a good one. Pascal Struijk, probably one of our better players. 76 rated centre-back. Brighton have come in for him. I've got no choice but to accept. And there you go. Struijk is walking out. But the fact is, we're not done yet. We need to sell 1 more player. Bro, I'm actually gutted. Why are Manchester United trying to sign our players? That is brutal. You guys know the history between Leeds and Man United. This offer legit feels like they're trying to mess with us, because I'm pretty sure they've got no use for Tanaka, and he was one of our key players. And that's Tanaka gone as well. Man United, we're gonna get revenge for this at some point in this takeover. Mark my words.
Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
Wait, we get another offer for Joe Rodon? Bro, does Brighton think we're hosting some sort of a bargain sale? Nah, man, I'm done selling players for this season. We're rejecting this offer. By the way, this crazy transfer rule will eventually go away. Like, if we finish top 10, we'll only have to accept 2 offers from the traditional top 6. So yeah, Brighton won't be able to steal our players. If we make it to the top 4 at some point, we'll only have to sell 1 player. And of course, if we win the Premier League, no more selling players. It'll be time to take Leeds United to the top. So I guess our goal is to try and finish top 10 as soon as possible. But you know what? I don't think we can dream of even finishing top 10 this season. We might be in a proper relegation battle. Because just look at our team, man. There's so many areas where we need quality to make it like a Premier League side. That's kind of why I'm not setting any lofty goals in terms of trophies. We're going to take things step by step. This season, I just want to focus on building a good foundation here at Leeds and also surviving the Premier League. Okay, at least with those player sales, we're up to about 49 million. Here's my transfer plan to hopefully survive the Premier League. We're going to bring in a proper goalkeeper. We need someone higher rated than Melier. Also, we're going to need a big CDM too to replace Tanaka. If we can sort out these 2 positions, maybe we'll have a chance. It might be smart to sign players from clubs who've been relegated like Leicester City. And I quite like Mats Hermansson. 78 rated goalkeeper, 25 years old. And thanks to Leicester's relegation, we got him for just 15 million. Now for the CDM spot, after a lot of hunting, I found a really interesting player. Someone from Japan, Kaishu Sano, 77 rated CDM. He's got experience playing in the Bundesliga. And I mean, it kind of makes sense to replace Tanaka with another Japanese player. We've got him for 15 mil. The team does look better now, but good enough to survive the Premier League? I don't think so, man. I really think we need maybe another rock-solid centre-back, especially after Struijk left. But it's going to be tough with just 13 mil. But wait a minute, boys. We've got Dan James at the club, and I don't particularly think we need him. There's Gnonto, who we're trying to grow as much as we can. And Dan James has been sold. This is a way for us to raise some money. We'll take the 9.5 mil. Now, I'm on the hunt for a centre-back, and I see Virgil van Dijk. Of course, we can't afford him.
Come on now, dog.
But there's also Vandenberg, the next Van Dijk. Okay, I'm definitely reaching with that one. But come on, he's 6'4", crazy good stats for his age. For 18.5 million, I think this is a really smart deal. But I think for season 1, that's the best we can do. Man, I'm really not sure if we're good enough to survive. To be honest, for this first season, I've only got 2 goals. Of course, avoiding relegation, but also seeing some solid growth. If these 2 things happen, I'll be a very happy man. End of the season, and we're not in the relegation zone. And we've actually finished 13th. Yo, above Manchester United as well. Bro, I said I wanted revenge against them, and looks like we've already got it. But we'll take a 13th place. It's not quite top 10, so we'll still have to accept the first 2 offers that come in from any Premier League clubs. But I like this, boys. It's a good foundation to build on. We've got our first 80-rated player in Vandenberg. Bro, I'm gonna make him the next VVD in this video, 100%. Hermanson went up by 1. Could have done a bit better. Okay, I'm an idiot. That's because I didn't give him a development plan. Oh my days. Well, I'm not making that mistake again. And by the way, look at the season Pirot has had. He carried Leeds in the championship, and now he's the 3rd top scorer in the Premier League. Season 2, and this is what I was talking about. Leeds United just don't have the money. 33 million is our budget. I mean, for a Premier League club, that's like nothing. They'll probably get us like 1 signing. But the fact that we've got to accept the first 2 offers that come in for any of our squad players, man, it could once again crush our team. Especially if the offer is for someone like Ampadu or even Vandenberg. I'm nervous, man. Let's see where the offers are going to come from. There's already a couple, but none of them are Premier League clubs. Wait a minute. We've got an offer from Southampton. I know they were relegated last year, but did they come back up? No, they're not in the Premier League, so this doesn't count. There's a loan offer coming in for Gelhardt, and that's not going to count either. And I guess the wait was worth it, because we've got an offer from Brentford for Wolber. He's not part of our first team. I'm completely okay with selling him. Oh my days, for a second I thought we had to sell Gnonto. Based on the rules, Juventus does not count. They're not a Premier League club. We survive. Well, maybe we didn't survive, because Brentford have come in with one of our best players, Aronson. Bro, we had only just started growing him. The potential was there for even more, but he's not going to be fulfilling that potential at Leeds. We're forced to sell him. Now, this is kind of why in this challenge I'm not focusing too much on the youth academy, because I know once we do all the hard work of growing the players, the big clubs are just going to steal them. In this sort of a takeover, the only way for success is by being shrewd with transfers. And bro, with all the player sales, we're up to 67 million. I think that should be more than enough to get like a solid cam and maybe even a CDM. I think we may have found one of the craziest deals on the market. Bilal El Kanous. Now he's valued at 23 million, 79 rated, just 22 years old. But look at this, he's got a release clause of just 29 million. I still negotiated and got his price down to 25 million. But nah, this seems like an absolute steal. Definitely an upgrade over Aronson. Now for the CDM spot, Elliot Anderson would be such a big upgrade. We had to use all our remaining cash, but it's totally worth it. With Elliot Anderson, we've now got 2 players above that 80 overall. And I'm hoping by the end of this season, we'll have quite a few more. But come on, what I really want to see is progress. Getting into that top 10 in the Premier League. If that happens, we'll only be forced to sell players to the traditional top 6. Clubs like Brighton and Brentford won't be able to steal our players. End of the season, and it's good to see that we're nowhere near the bottom of the league. In fact, I think we've gotten top 10. 7th is where we finish. I'll absolutely take that, man. It was only the traditional top 6 of the Premier League who were able to finish above us. So technically, we're the best of the rest. But you know what? I can see why we had such a good season. Look at the growth. We now have 7 players above the overall of 80. I mean, Joel Pirot just keeps scoring crazy amount of goals, man. He's turning out to being a cult hero. Gnonto saw some crazy growth. Elliot Anderson as well. Bro, in just 2 seasons, we've managed to achieve so much progress. If we keep it going like this, keep making smart signings, I think it'll be time to start counting our trophies. All right, we're now in season 3, and I think we've built a team good enough to start aiming for more. And that's why I think our next goal should be to try and win a trophy. We do even have a decent budget to improve our team, about 44 million pounds. But don't forget, we're still at the mercy of the big boys in the Premier League. 2 players is what they can steal this year. And this is a big one, boys. Spurs have already come in with an offer for Jayden Bogle. Man, he's only 26. There was room for him to grow. But off he goes to Spurs. But you know what? That is a lot better than having to sell Gnonto or someone like Vandenberg. And oh no, what I was fearing has actually happened. Manchester United have come in for our goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen. He was literally the goalkeeper we were building our defense around, but now we've got to sell him. Man United are really pissing me off in this takeover, man. That's the second time they've stolen our players. But hey, we were able to negotiate to get some more money for Hermansen, and now we do have 85 million to improve our team. Now, it is kind of obvious where this money needs to go. We need a new goalkeeper. We need a new right back. Let's sort these two positions out before thinking of anything else. Now, I was able to find a decent option in the market. Cholakis from Valencia, a Greek goalkeeper, 81 rated, young as well. Doesn't seem as good as Hermansen, but there's definitely potential. We're signing him for 29 million. Do I see a contract expiring here? And that too of a player like Reece James? Well, of course I'm taking advantage. We've signed him for just 26 million. Honestly, boys, signing someone like Reece James changes everything. I'm starting to believe that maybe we can fight for top 4 this season. That would reduce the amount of players we'll need to sell from 2 to 1. And honestly, the only position I feel that's holding us back right now is left back. We've got about 20 mil, but there are offers for players like Firpo, who if we sell, and yup, we have cashed in on Firpo. But not just that, I sold a few more players at the club, and we're up to 41 million. And I think that should be enough to sign someone like Calafiori. I can't believe he's playing at Girona. Well, let's bring him back to the Premier League. Bro, every player in our team now is 80 plus rated. But let's make it through this season. We need to get top 4. I want to stop selling my players to big clubs. Wait a minute, guys. Did this actually happen? Second in the Premier League in just our 3rd season with Leeds United. I'm confused. How do we pull this off? I mean, we only lost a couple of games. Okay, we drew like 17 games. That must be some sort of a record in the Premier League.
I'll be damned.
And okay, I can't see why we were this good. Just look at the growth we've had. Hero is up to an 83. El Canoes 83 as well. Elliot Anderson up to an 87. Wait a minute, boys. Does this mean we were able to win a trophy this year? Ah, we lost the FA Cup final. And no Carabao Cup final either. But honestly, we've now reached this stage where I feel like, yes, this Leeds team can be winning trophies. And the fact that we've done it by making mostly realistic signings, having to sell our players as well, it's actually kind of incredible. But now, boys, there are no excuses. It's time for us to push for trophies in this takeover. Bro, this is crazy. Our budget for season 4, 115.6 million. That's basically because we're in the Champions League this year. And you know what that means? We don't have to sell 2 of our players anymore. I mean, it's still down to 1, but I think that's manageable. Okay, before we start planning for season 4, let's see which player are we gonna have to say goodbye to. Who's coming in with an offer? And oh no, we get an offer for Cholakis. It's of course Man City. And to be honest, he grew like crazy up to an 85. So he was probably the reason why we did so well in the Premier League. But now we're having to sell him. Well, at least we managed to get almost 60 million. And that means in total, we're up to our craziest budget yet, 171 million. Instantly though, the first order of business has to be to bring in a world-class keeper. Like, come on, Cholakis was so crazy being 85. He got us that 2nd place in the Prem. We need someone worthy to fill his shoes. And you know what? Now that we've qualified for Champions League, I think we can attract the big talent. Well, maybe not Diogo Costa because he's playing at Real Madrid. No way would he trade that for playing with Leeds. But I think we could sign Juan Garcia. Now, I know in real life he's off to Barcelona, but over here he's playing for Manchester United. And I've got unfinished business with them.
Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me.
Oh, it does feel good to be stealing a player from Man United for once. Although we've added Juan Garcia to the team, I'm tired of selling our players, man. I want to build a long-term project, because if we keep going like this, eventually there are going to be offers for Gnonto. And I don't want to sell him. I want to grow him to like a 94, 95 overall. And you know, there's only one way we can stop selling players: by winning the Premier League title. I mean, so far, every season we've made progress. Naturally, our expectation now for season 4 is to win the title. We've got over 100 million to make a game-changing signing. And I do think it's now time to go big, especially in that left midfield position. And wait a minute, there's a certain Brazilian who played for Leeds. I'm talking about Rafinha. Bro, I know he's 31, but he's still 88 rated. We could get a couple of good years out of him. And that experience, he's played at Barcelona at the highest level. That could change everything for us. I'm dropping 70 million to bring Rafinha back. We've made it to the end of the season, and I did not expect Rafinha to grow. He's up to an 89 overall. Okay, he's not had the best of seasons, but 22 goal contributions, I'll take that. But maybe Rafinha sacrificing his goal contributions has helped Al-Kanu score 29 and Piro score 30. Bro, these are crazy numbers. And these are crazy overalls, man. The growth has just been staggering. We've got our first 90 rated player in Elliot Anderson. Nah, man, this is crazy. We've actually won the Premier League and we've crushed it. 18 points. What even? I genuinely can't believe this. 4 seasons in, we've won Leeds United the Premier League. They were literally a newly promoted club. That's trophy number 1. I think we really underestimated Leeds. We're going to have to up our trophy goal to at least 10 now. Also, don't forget this is our first season in the Champions League and we did pretty well, finishing 5th in the league phases. But through we go against Porto. I have no words. This might be one of the greatest starts we've had to any takeover. We've knocked out Real Madrid and Inter. Nah. This is a joke. We've gotten Leeds to a Champions League final. Are you kidding me? In 4 seasons? Bro, maybe Mikel Arteta needs to take a few notes from me because he's been at Arsenal for so many years. No trophies, and look at me doing this with Leeds.
First off, I want to say, stay humble. Hey, stay humble.
I'm genuinely shocked, boys, because this shouldn't have happened. It should have probably taken us 9 or maybe 10 seasons or maybe never to win the Champions League. But we're somehow here, and let's see if we can win trophy number 2. Can we pull it off? And yes, we can. That is crazy. We've just won the Champions League in just our 4th season with Leeds. And you know what, boys? I don't want to stop here. Let's create a dynasty at Leeds United. 10 trophies is our next goal. Season 5, and this is the first time we don't have to worry about selling any of our players. And that'll stay the case as long as we're Premier League champions. The minute we fall off, yes, the rule comes back into place. But yo, we've got 115 million to strengthen our team. And I think if we bring in maybe a centre-back, probably even a CDM, there's no way we're losing the Prem. Now, for the CDM spot, I'm thinking let's add Mark Casado to the team. 25-year-old. We snapped him up for 35 mil. Also, to reinforce our backline, Jared Brantwaite. Nah, bro, it feels like we're becoming the next Man City of the Premier League.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
But hey, that's what we started out for, to build a Leeds United dynasty. And we're getting through the season now, and back-to-back is what I want in the Premier League. Oh, and while we sim, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. We're getting so close to 2 million subscribers. I'd appreciate your help. I said back-to-back Premier Leagues, not back-to-back Champions Leagues. What is happening here? Bro, have we unlocked some kind of glitch in career mode? I don't even get it, bro. We haven't even changed the formation this Leeds team is using. Tactics-wise, we've kept everything unbalanced. Something is just happening here. Players are just balling out. Look at Rafinha, man. At the age of 33, this is why we brought him in. Ever since he's come, he's out here just winning Champions Leagues for fun. Pedro, too, has been like a cult hero. And there you go. We start with the Community Shield. Trophy number 3. Make that 4 with the FA Cup. We lost the Carabao Cup. We had to lose somewhere. But make that 5 with the UEFA Super Cup. Premier League 2, we win by a huge margin again. 16 points. That's now our 6th trophy. And now it's time to win number 7, boys. We got to win the Champions League back-to-back. And yes, boys, we absolutely destroyed Inter. Look at Pedro, man. Out of nowhere, we've made him like the GOAT striker. But yeah, we're 5 seasons into this Leicester City takeover. 7 trophies. Next season, we're getting to 10. Bro, this is actually getting ridiculous. We've made it to the end of season 6. Another Champions League final? Are you joking? What even is this team made of, man? Rafinha somehow at the age of 34 is still holding his overall. We've now got 5 90+ rated players. Hero, bro. He's been the absolute GOAT in this takeover. Now, before the Champions League final, we do win the UEFA Super Cup. Trophy number 8. But okay, we lost the FA Cup final on penalties. And we lost the Community Shield final too on penalties. I think we found Leeds United's weakness. It's pens. But let's see the Premier League. And no. 3rd is where we finish. And this is bad. Because that does mean that next season we're going to have to accept 1 offer from the traditional top 6. The hilarious thing is that we might be forced to sell our players as Champions League winners. Can we win it though? Okay, no. We took a bit of an L this season. Maybe this Leeds United team isn't as perfect as we thought. 6 seasons in, we're encountering our first bit of difficulty. We're still on 8 trophies. Okay, now it might really hurt to accept any offers for our players. But we gotta do it since we didn't win the league. And the first one that came in was for Vandenberg. Well, he did do his job here, boys. He became our version of Van Dijk, won us multiple Champions Leagues. And to be fair, now at the age of 29, saying goodbye to him, I think it's fair. But yes, I don't want to be forced to sell any of our players anymore. And for that, we got to get back to winning the league. And I think for that, it's time to do a major reform at the club. I think it's time to cash in on Rafinha. Maybe we could replace Reece James, but to be fair, he's only 31. He's still got a few good years. I think the major thing is bringing in a replacement for Rafinha and also bringing in a crazy good centre-back. And bro, at this point, we've literally become what we hated at the start of this takeover. We've got a war chest like Man City and Chelsea. 328 million. And you know what? I want to go absolutely crazy for the left midfield position. Jamal Musiala. I mean, hey, we're a two-time Champions League winning team. I think it's time for us to make ridiculously good transfers. The money is there as well. I can't believe as Leeds United, we're about to spend 160 mil on a single player. But we actually have Jamal Musiala is heading to Leeds. Who would have thought? Nah, bro, this is where things just get insane. We've got Musiala being a starter on the left. Rafinha being there on the bench to come on. And now if we sign a centre-back, I think the Premier League is back ours. Now, actually, I was considering selling Rafinha, but the crazy thing is we don't even need the money. We've got more than enough to sign a talented centre-back like Dean Hudson from Real Madrid nonetheless. Bro, just look at our team. Who is stopping us? It's basically impossible. And okay, we're back to winning the Premier League. Trophy number 9. Now I don't have to worry about selling any of my players. Oh, but we didn't win more trophies. No FA Cup. Okay, we do win the Carabao Cup, and that puts us up to trophy number 10. Not gonna lie, boys. In 7 seasons with Leeds, a newly promoted club, for us to win 10 trophies, it's kind of incredible. How far can we actually go, though? Let's keep our next aim at 15. Oh, but we're gonna have to work to get there, boys, because this season, PSV knocked us out of the Champions League. We're now in season 8, and I think we've got big decisions to make. The core of our team is aging. I mean, Piro is 32. Reece James as well is 32. But I actually feel the overalls are so good of our team that we don't really need to make any changes. I mean, apart from Brantwaite, Hudson, and Sano, we've pretty much got an all-90 team. And I'm sure these guys will also grow in their rating. So yes, I'm gonna keep the team as is. And this is why I didn't want to change much in the team. We've won the Premier League again. Trophy number 11. Make that 12th with the Community Shield. But okay, we didn't win the FA Cup or even the Carabao Cup. Oh, yikes. This time we got knocked out of the Champions League round of 16. Bro, I don't get it. We were winning the Champions League with a far worse team before. Now we've got pretty much an entire 90+ rated team, a 90 for Musiala in there. I don't know what's not clicking. And okay, I'm looking at the stats and I've kind of figured out what went wrong. Joel Piro is dropping off. He's been the main man leading us for these 8 seasons, but now his overall is starting to fall off. I think it's finally time for a change. Not just him, it might also be time to bring in a younger right back to compete with Reece James, because he's 33 too. And all right, we're starting off season 9 by bringing in Rico Lewis. That at least sorts out our right back problem. But now it's time for an emotional goodbye. Joel Piro is finally leaving the club. I mean, he's given us 8 seasons of just success. The goals, the Premier League trophies, the Champions Leagues. Who would have thought he'd become so good? And even in his last act for the club, he's brought in 98 million. I'm saying it, boys. Joel Piro has definitely been the MVP of this takeover. But now it's the tough part. We got to replace Joel Piro. And I'm thinking, why not just bring in the best striker in the Premier League right now? And I think that is Endrick. But what on earth is he doing at Bournemouth? Well, we're saving Endrick from Bournemouth. And I'm sure at Leeds he'll help us win a lot of trophies. Not gonna lie, the team does not look the same without Joel Piro. But technically, Endrick's the better player. And I'm hoping they'll get us back to winning the Champions League. And also, I kind of want to get to 15 trophies this season, so let's keep pushing. And okay, Endrick has done the job. 41 goals this season. Could not do as well with a big contribution. And he's up to a 94 overall. And that's what I like to see, boys. We've secured trophy number 13, the Premier League. Make that 14 with the Community Shield. Ah, but no FA Cup. Come on, man. Don't make me wait for the 15th. And there you go. We get it with the Carabao Cup. And Champions League 2, we've made the final. We could be winning our 16th trophy now. Let's now aim to get to 20. I know we've only got one more season, but if we can beat Man City here in this final, and I mean, trust me, the team is there. We've got a 95 Musiala, Endrick up top, Gnonto. Let's see if we can pull this off. And yes, on penalties. For once, penalties have gone in our favor. 16 trophies now with Leeds United. And now heading into our final season, if somehow we can be perfect, I think we can get to 20 trophies. We've made it to the end of the final season, and look at that. Arsenal and Spurs out here fighting in the relegation zone. But hey, what matters is where we are, and that is first in the Premier League. Trophy number 17 in the bag. Somebody needs to let me know how many Premier Leagues did we actually win. Because, bro, I think we dominated this competition. Oh, come on. We lost to Newcastle in the Community Shield. We need 3 more to make it to 20. And we do win the FA Cup, so we're up to 18. And the Carabao Cup, we're up to 19. Oh, but we lost the UEFA Super Cup. We still need 1 more trophy. And we can get it with the Champions League. Bro, 10 years of building this Leeds team. Players have come, players have gone. But let's now finish the job by winning trophy number 20. And we've done it. And how fitting it is that Gnonto is the one to score a hat-trick. 20 trophies in 10 seasons with Leeds, man. This takeover has been one of the craziest. The fact that we did this with a newly promoted club. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not watch me take over Barcelona for 10 seasons? Click here.